First and foremost, thanks for everybody coming out. What a great game. Really proud of my team, but most importantly, we talked about it before the game. There was a thing in life. Sometimes when you fight for something, especially in sports, I tell them all the time, let's make sure this is more than just about us. And then also we fought for a great cause that Corey, my assistant, is going to talk more about. But couldn't be more happy to get a home win at such a quick turnaround.
Open floor for questions, Robbie.
Yeah, we'll start with Coach Corey. I mean, we've seen a lot of these awareness ball games, and this is not something that gets a whole lot of awareness, it seems like. Can you just walk me through how this came about and also y'all's story, too?
So last year, November, I wore a purple shirt for one of the games, and Coach Sam was like, okay, why are you wearing purple? And I explained why, because it wasn't something that I had ever really discussed prior to that.
Yeah.
And so I explained to him that Corey, my son, my middle son, has epilepsy, and that purple is the awareness month. And he told me that night, like, look, I believe in these, things that our assistants believe in, and I promise you next year we're gonna have an awareness game. And I was like, nobody has awareness games for epilepsy, but he followed through on that, and with the help of Jimmy and our marketing team, we were able to make this happen. And Corey's 12, and he was diagnosed about 10 years ago with epilepsy, and he has absent seizures, and so they're a little bit different. And so me and my husband weren't aware that that's what was going on with him. We thought it was something else, and he had a very long seizure one day after a game where we had to call the ambulance, and that's kind of just where it all started. And so this game was important, and part of the reason why Coach Sam agreed to do it is because there just isn't enough education. And so like in Corey's situation, I'm constantly having to educate his teachers and people that are around him of his symptoms, and when he has seizures, just, to help protect him. And so kind of the thought of tonight was just to make everybody aware, because sometimes we can turn around and find out, oh, this person, has epilepsy and we didn't even know, because there is kind of a stigma on it. So I'm just really excited with the amount of people that came today and wore purple, and just having this platform, to be able to speak on it. And Corey's a student in the state of Mississippi, so one thing that I'm kind of helping the foundation with is passing a seizure safety bill in Mississippi, which would help all students who have epilepsy just with the education in the school setting.
Jared.
Corey, not to put you on the spot, but obviously everybody's really excited to have you here today. Can you talk about just what this game meant to you, and to see everybody kind of come together for this call?
Were you excited?
Yeah, I was excited.
It's okay. No, it's okay. You were excited. Did you feel happy when you saw the players wearing purple?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a little nervous maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
I was very nervous.
I think one, two, too, Corey, because we have also a platform here too, but like you even educated me with the lights,
Yeah.
right? Like, again, there's so much, this is an awareness game. And even for me, I had no clue, right? You want to talk a little bit more about how we did the warm-ups and
Yes.
some of that stuff?
So we adjusted the warm-ups and our typical with some of the lights and the flashing lights that go on, just because there is a percentage of people, and Corey happens to be one of them, where flashing lights can affect seizures. So we did a really good job of actually going through kind of the warm-ups the other day and looking at what we took out some of the banner lights, didn't dim all the lights. So I was really proud of our team too, because when we talked about it before, because that affects them. It's not a typical entry. They were like, whatever we got to do so this can take place. They were really excited about that.
And then for me, it hit home. I told Corey, I'm embarrassed even in my own home. My wife informed me today. She was like, one of my sisters has epilepsy. And I was like, oh my God. Like, it's a platform to talk about it. There's nothing to be shameful about it or anything. We were excited to celebrate a great day for a great kid, but then also other kids or people that might have it out there. So again, just to have the win and what this day stood was an absolute statement.
Robbie.
Sam, what did you say at halftime?
What did we say? See, this is fun when I have my assistant coach up here with me, right? So she gets to see the smoke. You know what? We're a team on a destiny. I talked about it before. First game of the year, it's a journey. It's not going to be pretty. We need to play. We need to go through some stuff. I thought today was a game. I don't get caught up in the way the game was called. I explained to my team it didn't go our way, especially for Jessica. So let's come out and have a mindset. I think we got kind of thrown off, me included. That's why I'm fortunate to have great assistants. Gabe even came up and told me, he was like, hey, calm down, Sam, but I was not happy. All right. So we all regrouped, and then we came out, and then we were the team that we trained to be. You know, no distractions, one team, one focus. Start on the defensive end, stop, score, stop mentality. I thought we did that tonight.
Corey, it seemed like there was an emphasis getting the ball in the paint too. 50 points in the paint and really dominated down there, especially Aaron and Jessica in the second half. I mean, how did you feel about how y'all took care of business in the paint today?
I mean, I thought we did a great job, and I think what Coach Sam said to them at halftime, you know, our post really bought into taking their time, getting good position, finishing strong, and our guards did a good job of recognizing, you know, where their switches were and their mismatches were. So overall, I thought that was part of our game plan. I thought we executed it well.
Tanner.
Coaches, you guys have tried a lot of different lineups for these first kind of 3 games. Now, 3 in, are you starting to see kind of what works best, what may not work, and what are some of those?
Yeah, I think what our fans should be excited about is no matter who we play, obviously that was a smaller lineup, that we can go small ball and we can match up. And then we've got a pressing lineup. I can't give enough credit to Goni. I think we've seen now 2 games when she gets in and she starts us off on the defensive end, how we become a different team. And then outside of that, we're still learning to become a team, because I would be wrong if we didn't give Ramani Parker a shout out. All right, obviously we talked about the minutes that we're losing from her. We're still a little under the weather because that's a kid who's a fighter. She's 10 minutes a game. She was 5.5 rebounds per game starting off the year, but I told them outside of what she did statistically, you know who she was for us? She was a great person. All right, so for those 10 minutes, she was always a kid on the bench that was happy for others. So I asked our team who will take on what we're going to lose for her, and most importantly, let's make sure we play not only for Corey but for Ramani too, because obviously we're heartbroken that what happened the other night.
Grace in the back.
Speaking of Ramani, do you have any specific update kind of on the injury she's feeling?
Yeah, not yet. Tomorrow we hope to have an answer. So we're praying for the best news. So I would ask everybody else to pray for the same.
And then, 5 players, I believe, in double digits today. Just how were they able to spread the wealth, it seems?
Yeah, I mean, me and Corey talked about it, and the rest of the staff. I mean, when we went out recruiting and putting this team together, our whole mission from day one is one special team, and we keep saying it. I'm just praying that our fan base, our parents, and our players will buy into it. I think they're starting to, because again, sometimes in sports we get so caught up in one person has to bring all the weight. No, you don't. I've been doing this for 20 years. The best teams I've ever been a part of, and I've been a part of 2 Final Fours, is a team that night in and night out, different players can step up, but most importantly, be happy for each other. And I think we're starting to get that, and boy, we're going to need it with the schedule we got coming up over the next 10 games.
Coach Sam, Jerkayla Jordan comes out in the first quarter and just scores 6 or 8 points early on. How does she continue to provide a big role early in the game and set the tone kind of for this team?
Yeah, I call her Miss November. All right, I said it, man. We had a great film session the other day. First game, she was on pace for a 40-piece. Second game, I thought she pressed a little bit. She started going back to just going to get hers. She didn't allow the game, right? We watched it in film with her. And then tonight, she sees the right opportunities at the right time. So could not be more happy about the way she played tonight.
Turned to Miracle today to lead you at point guard.
Yeah.
What went into that decision?
That was a coach's decision, and then obviously LP is our point guard, but for Miracle to step into today's game in a starting role, again, I talk about both of them. I'm blessed. Most coaching staffs and most programs don't only have 1 point guard. I actually have 2, right? And Corey's actually in charge of our point guards, and she's done a heck of a job. So for both of them to be ready for whoever's name and number is called, we're very fortunate.
She winds up going 6 for 6 from the line tonight.
Yeah.
Along with that, you guys really got to the line well as a whole. I think Nate said you guys were
Only 1 of 24 for about 8.
Man, let's give a shout out to Nate.
That's
Is
what I'm
Nate
saying.
not the best? All right, everybody clap it up for Nate. All right, new SID. This is like, he's unbelievable. Guy's on fire.
When you get it against a team like that, where there are a lot of fouls called in the first half, how big of a focus does that have to be?
It was huge. I mean, Corey did a great job. I actually had situations. If you watched our bench, again, this is who I am as a coach. It's not just my voice. I got great coaches. I got coaches who have aspirations to be head coaches, and hopefully people give them opportunity. Corey was in the huddles talking about those moments. Hey guys, we're in the bonus. Let's keep attacking. Our players do a great job of listening to our staff because they respect them. So a shout out for them following the game plan at those moments.
Robbie.
Corey, back to Miracle. I mean, what kind of makes her a player that can have an impact in year one? It's tough to do to make that transition. I know she played on a elite high school basketball team, and that probably has a lot to do with it. But what's kind of her makeup?
I think one thing for sure is that she did play at Mountford, and it's really like a prep school for college from that perspective. So she came in already prepared for kind of our setup. But Miracle is just an extremely hard worker. She's a very committed student athlete, and so the time that she puts in extra just shows. And one thing that Coach Sam says all the time, like, she's everywhere. If the ball is over here, she's over here, offense, defense, and so I think where she'll continue to grow is leading. So per se from a point guard perspective, but she does so many great things well right now, and I just think it's from her own experience.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think she's probably going to be mad when she goes home tonight because she had 1 rebound.
Yeah.
This is a kid who's been averaging 5 to 6 per game. But the most important thing I'm excited for her is she had 4 assists to 1 turnover, and that's what Corey's been really preaching to her is she's a kid who's capable of those numbers, so it was great to see.
Any more questions?
What did you see in the first half turnover-wise? And I don't think you had a single one in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's that ooh-wee moment we always talk about, Robbie, right? This team is capable of big ooh-wee moments. We're never out of a game. A 30-piece in 1 quarter was a statement. I just think we got caught up. Like I said, me too. The whistle didn't go away. Jess, especially early. I think she's one of the best post players in the country. For her to get the charge call, and it was just one of those nights. But again, testimony to our young women to regroup, refocus, and bring it that second half.
Any more questions for coaches and Corey?